Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we'll be ranking every Sabrina Carpenter song. But before I open the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things music. If you have seen my ranking every Selena Gomez song, the newest version of that, you will know that I have a song sorter pulled up and we are about to go through every song in Sabrina Carpenter's discography. Now I haven't gone through this one, so I don't know if it covers every single little nuanced song, including non-album singles, but we'll find out. But it is updated to her most recent release, Man's Best Friend, and I did recently react to that and it will be linked somewhere on the page or on the screen. And yeah, if you don't know anything about me, I have been listening to Sabrina Carpenter since she released her first album over a decade ago. Now, I guess I will say Eyes Wide Open isn't in fact my favorite album, so I can't say that I'm the most familiar with those songs, but for the most part, every other album that she has released afterwards, I have a strong knowledge of. And I guess today we're about to find out what my favorite Sabrina Carpenter album is, as well as what my top 20 favorite Sabrina Carpenter songs are. So I'm going to take you through the first 25% of me figuring this out, and then I will do check-ins at 50 and 75%. So without further ado, let's go through the Sabrina Carpenter song battle. Starting with the most recent album, we have House Tour versus Goodbye. Now, if you know anything about me or saw my ranking, you would know that these two are some of my favorite songs on the album, and I have been listening to them a lot. Man's Best Friend as an album is so fun to listen to. Short and Sweet and Man's Best Friend were essentially that shot of serotonin that we needed, and I feel like Man's Best Friend kind of takes what she was trying to do on what she did on Short and Sweet, where she was leaning a bit into some of that classic old Hollywood appeal, and she takes that what she did visually and put it into like a sonic album. House Tour is so fun, it's so cheeky. It's funny to me how she said when they wrote this song, they're like, this is the worst thing we've ever written, then came back was like, but actually, like, do we have something here? And I could kind of see, and you can see my reaction, I was like, Michael Jackson? And then Goodbye is so fun. It took me on a journey. It took me to it like brought me back to 70s ABBA, and then in the chorus I was on Bourbon Street dancing. House Tour will win this one. That is my favorite off of that album so far. Then we have When Did You Get Hot versus Go-Go Juice. Go-Go Juice was the one that I had originally claimed. It does have the most country influence of any song on the album, and we know she has that reference to Dolly. I mean, the whole song kind of being like, I need like a drink to get courage, and I need to drink, and I'm only drinking to like find someone to help numb the pain. And then When Did You Get Hot really has that nice 80s, 90s influence, like seeing someone for the first time and being like, when did you get hot? Let's hop back in the saddle together. When Did You Get Hot would win that one. Then we have We Almost Broke Up Again Last Night versus Nobody's Son. Listen, the Nobody's Son bridge has been all over my TikTok page, like For You page. It truly is fun. I don't think I quite caught the whips or the whipping sounds originally in this song, but she's cute, she's sweet. I think sonically I love the vibe of We Almost Broke Up Again Last Night more. I feel like it's just, it takes you to a place that is so 90s and nostalgic for me, and I really like that. I also think We Almost Broke Up Again Last Night is really indicative of like the whole vibe of the album. Man Child is kind of like, does give a good overview, but I think We Almost Broke Up Again Last Night really sets up the theme for the entire album of like, it's a constant back and forth between someone who's pulling away and then someone who really needs to end the relationship, but they don't quite know how to. So that one's gonna win. Tears versus My Man on Willpower. Now, when I first heard these songs, like initial thoughts, they weren't necessarily my favorites, but after listening more and more, I'm like, okay, I see it. I see the vision. They're some of my favorites on the album. Tears is a fun, sexy song that really does come off of Man Child very well, in that she's like, you know what's better than a man child? A responsible guy. And like the dance break and the whole Coleman Domingo Rocky Horror like drag show vibes, the video was truly great, and it really is leaning into fall. My Man on Willpower, I don't know if I've heard this concept tackled in a song before, but I really enjoy it, and sonically it's so beautiful. I think Tears will win this one though. Moving into Short and Sweet, the Short and Sweet deluxe tracks. Bad Reviews and Couldn't Make It Any Harder. These songs really set up for where we were going from the end of Short and Sweet into Man's Best Friend, because Bad Reviews is really talking about a girl who's constantly hearing the feedback, not just from the public, but also from the people around her of like, you know, this isn't a good guy, this isn't a good situation, and it really leans into some of that country vibe that she was giving us at the end with her Dolly Parton collab. And then Couldn't Make It Any Harder, I feel like is echoed on the newest album with Don't Worry, I'll Make You Worry. I think, ooh, this is a good thing. I really like Couldn't Make It Any Harder. The Bad Reviews is so fun. I think I'm gonna choose Couldn't Make It Any Harder. So I have not heard Need Less to Say, and it was not officially released on streaming, so I'm not gonna consider it in this one. But I do know that it tackles the concept of the media and how it really, like, you need less to say, like you need less to talk about. So the Busy Woman will win this one. Obviously, Busy Woman does touch on fame and how she's constantly busy. And I do think this is very indicative of, like, I'm a busy woman unless you call tonight, of kind of being constantly dependent on someone. Like, I'm easily swayed to your side, and I feel like I getting connections with that and Man's Best Friend. Juno and Lie to Girls. I feel like Lie to Girls doesn't get as much praise as it needs to because it's so beautiful and that outro is so spectacular. It really addresses the topic of how, like, girls are so willing and being trained to overlook such bad things because they feel like no matter what, like, this is all I'm gonna get, this is all I deserve. And then Juno's a fun, sexy song of, like, you're hot and I'm like, I'd let you put a baby in me situation. Juno really gave us that disco vibes that we were eventually gonna get. I'm gonna choose Juno. It is one of my favorites off the album, but just know Lie to Girls, I really love it. Espresso versus Dumb and Poetic. Dumb and Poetic is another song that I don't think gets quite the attention it deserves. It so easily wraps up sort of like how we always talked about in media of how, like, this particular version of a guy we want who is, like, very in touch with his emotions, like, very much, like, meditates and, like, takes time for himself, maybe, like, goes on spiritual journeys. Kind of looking at this guy who's, like, on the surface level is supposed to be this whole package, but realistically it's just, like, something that he does to, like, hide what he, like, the bad parts and the red flags about himself. And then Espresso, that's that me espresso. Like, bitch, like, I'm a shot of adrenaline, a shot of caffeine, and I love espresso, and it's gonna win. Coincidence versus Sharpest Tool. Sharpest Tool was not a song that I listened to a lot until a particular incident happened to me last year. That didn't necessarily relate to the song, but it also did relate to the song. And yeah, but, like, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. I see it. I think I'm gonna choose Coincidence. It's just, Coincidence is so fun. It's so fun. Like, what a surprise, your phone just died. Oh, look, you broke up again. Like, yeah, that would be so fun to see live. Taste versus Please, Please, Please. Two of our singles here. Please, Please, Please really leans well into, I don't know which song on the new album, but it really leans into, of like don't make, if you don't want to cry to my songs prolifically, and then whole album. It's so beautiful. The music video was so well. Taste was my #1 most streamed Spotify song of last year, according to Spotify. My calculations versus Spotify calculations are a little different just because Spotify cuts off at the end of October. But yeah, Taste. You're gonna have to taste me too. Like, who? Oh, they have the Christmas album on here. Okay, I guess we can go through the Christmas EP album. Santa Doesn't Know You Like I Do versus Cindy Lou Who. These are so beautiful. Cindy Lou Who is such a sad song of, like, Cindy Lou. But Santa Doesn't Know You Like I Do, it's really that 90s, like early 2000s Hallmark vibe, and I love the music video, and it's my favorite off of that one. Well, next to A Nonsense Christmas. I don't know, do I choose A Nonsense Christmas over Things I Wish You Said? This is the thing. Things I Wish You Said is not my favorite song on Emails I Can't Send. It's not a song that I go back to. I understand the concept of the song of, like, here's everything I wish you said, but you never did situation. But A Nonsense Christmas, I love Nonsense. Opposite versus Feather. I feel like as a fandom, we love these songs so much, and I feel like Opposite is really beloved in the fandom, but maybe not as, like, known, like, worldwide situation. It's not necessarily a local song. It's something that the fandoms really get into. Opposite, like, I've realized now that you're holding out for the opposite, like, looking at your partner's new person, like, ex-partner's new person, like, realizing they look nothing like you, and is like, well, did you really, like, was I really just not what you wanted? You were holding out for something different, something new. And then Feather's like, I'm light as a feather now that you're not here. I'm gonna choose Feather for this one. Skinning Dipping versus Bad for Business. Apparently Emails I Can't Send has been popping off on For You page, and people are giving some respect to some of the songs that didn't get the respect earlier, like Skinny Dipping. I mean, this was the first single that we ever got from Emails I Can't Send, or at least I'm pretty sure it was, and it was so beautiful, it was so great, coming off of, like, the first entrance into the Emails I Can't Send era versus where we were in the singular act, like the singular Act 1 and 2 eras. was so different. Like, oh, this is cute, this is sweet, I really enjoyed it. And then bad for business, he's good for my heart, but he's bad for business. Obviously, I don't think that worked out well. Like, kind of addressing the whole discussion around how people are like, whenever an artist is in a happy, healthy relationship, they're like, well, they're not going to get any new songs anymore, like kind of what they're doing with Taylor and Travis. I will do Skinny Dipping. Bet You Wanna versus Nonsense. Both are sexy, fun songs. Like Bet You Wanna, like I Bet You Want Me Now. Like I Bet You Want Me Now that I'm looking all hot and pretty and like out with someone new in my arms. And then Nonsense. This is my thing. Nonsense is so great, and I feel like Nonsense really kicked off this trajectory of what got her to Short and Sweet and now Man's Best Friend, because I really think it was the first time, well, not the first time, but like the first major song to blow up that really had that quirky, fun humor that she had. And I think Nonsense deserves the win here. Because I Liked a Boy versus Already Over. So Already Over, I know there's a lot of people who love that song, and I really think it's cute and fun, but Because I Liked a Boy, like the song that really sort of wraps up what took place with the Joshua, Olivia, Sabrina situation of like, you know, I'm getting these death threats, these allegations and everything, all because I liked a boy. And it just is that song. Vicious and Read Your Mind. Now, Read Your Mind is so fun. Like, I can't read your mind, honey. Like, what's going on? But Vicious, I love Vicious so much. It really is like a bold sort of like rock-esque moment that really takes me like, why you gotta be so vicious? And Vicious is so good. I really think it deserved a music video. Let Me Move You versus Skin. So we do have non-album singles here. So Let Me Move You is from the movie she did on Netflix, Work It. She and Jordan. That dance scene. Oh, beautiful. And then Skin was the first song that she released post the driver's license drama. I love Skin. I love Skin. She is the moment. She is the move. I think Let Me Move You is so fun. I think I'm going to choose Skin in this case. Take You Back versus Looking at Me. Moving into the singular era. So Take You Back, she's like the singular era in itself. Kind of, I think when she was like 18 to 20, sort of like situation here. I can't remember. Somewhere around that late teens, early 20s here. It was such a vibe. It was like her foray into a very super sexy persona, like the start of that sexy persona. Take You Back, she's fun. Looking at Me is one of my favorite Sabrina Carpenter songs of all time. Like, they ain't looking at you, they looking at me. And I think Sabrina likes to poke fun at that song. A lot of like, I'm a little cheeky, I'm a little fun. Take Off All Your Cool or Tell 'Em. Oh. Now I have to admit, like, I know what my favorite eras are, and singular is not my favorite. So some of these are going to be more of like a toss-up of what I like more. Take Off All Your Cool, she's fun. Like, come on, take off all your cool. Like, what you doing? And like, we ain't gotta tell 'em. I think I'm gonna just Take Off All Your Cool. Pushing 20 and I Can't Stop Me. Now these songs, you know, pushing 20. So obviously this was released around 2018 to 20 situation. I think it's fun. I think it's cheeky. It's cute. But I Can't Stop Me with Saweetie. Like, the chorus on there, the vibes, the production makes me want to dance every time. Okay, Diamonds Are Forever and Why. Diamonds Are Forever is that jazzy vibe that's so beautiful. Like how everyone says Sabrina's Ariana Grande's like daughter. Like if you like Honeymoon Fades, I feel like you like Diamonds Are Forever. And then Why is fun of like, we're so different and we don't know why we like each other and why we work. But that's, yeah. I'm choosing Diamonds Are Forever. Then we have Perfect versus Bad Time. Like, this is a bad time for a good time, baby. I mean, anyone else? Perfect, she's cute. But I don't know why, but the whole phrase, it's a bad time for a good time, that whole, like, chorus situation has been stuck in my head the past few days. So, I have to choose it. Paris versus Hold Tight. Hold Tight, I like. But Paris was such a moment, I feel like, in the fandom. The Paris and Almost Love era was so beloved. And, like, the music videos that we got for that, chef's kiss. And when she performed that in Paris, y'all were lucky. You all were lucky. Paris. And we've moved into the Evolution era. So we have Space versus All We Have Is Love. So Evolution is her second studio album that she released. This is where we kind of see her move into a slight bit more I don't know how to say it, jazzy R&B situation going on. I know a lot of people were talking about how they kind of heard her call back to her previous eras, particularly Evolution, with some of the tracks on her new album. So I think All We Have Is Love is what I'm going to pick there. Mirage or Don't Want It Back? I don't necessarily listen to Mirage a lot. So in this case, I'm going to choose Don't Want It Back. Like, I don't want your love back. So, I mean, I go in depth into some of the songs and I know. I love No Words. Like, no words. Like, it's so beautiful, the chorus, like, no words to, like, say how this is. And I know how much Sabrina hates thumbs. But as a fandom and as someone who's been writing for this song since it came out, I gotta pick thumbs. Like, to me, this perfectly describes, like, the circular nature of capitalism and everything. And I was like, haha. Smoke and Fire versus On Purpose. I don't know if I'm gonna catch some flack for this one. Now, On Purpose, like, we're doing it on purpose, we fall in love on purpose, and it is a classic Sabrina Carpenter song. However, Smoke and Fire. I was so obsessed with this song when it came out, and I was so waiting. I'm like, all right, where's the album? And then it was never put on an album. She's just standing remotely over there. Like, we're burning down. It's like Smoke and Fire. Like, it's over, baby, and I will choose that one. And we're moving into her, like, original album. All right, Darling I'm a Mess versus White Flag. So White Flag is a cover. I'm going to choose Darling I'm a Mess. So most of these songs on her first album really address, like, it does address her family and everything, but it really addresses young love, like first crushes, like we're not too young to feel this way, like with the song Too Young, and like with Seamless, like, you know, our love is so seamless. To me, Seamless is my favorite. Will Be the Stars is one of her first singles. It's so beautiful, like Will Be the Stars. And like back in the era when her sister sang background vocals for her and like they was in the music video. Two Young Hearts are like just two young hearts in love, but Will Be the Stars. Eyes Wide Open is like sort of a letter to her family and everything. She mentions her family in there a lot. And then Can't Blame a Girl for Trying, I think, was the first song she ever released. At least I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can't blame a girl for trying. Like, she's like, well, you can't blame a girl for trying and falling in love or like having crushes or like going out on a limb and doing this. I think I prefer Eyes Wide Open. All right. Oh, okay. Such a Funny Way is the deluxe track that was released with the vinyl. It has not been released on streaming yet, and I have not listened to it in the slightest. So obviously I'm not going to choose that. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but I know it kind of talks about how she constantly addresses everything with humor. And then Don't Worry, I'll Make You Worry is sort of like the counterpart to Couldn't Make It Any Harder, of like the butterflies in my stomach are kind of like a grave now, of like, listen, I've been jaded so many times that all of this behavior that you're experiencing from me is just going to be totally toxic and everything else. So yeah. Never Getting Laid. I don't think we talked about that one yet anyways. Never Getting Laid is so funny. She's like, I wish you a lifetime of happiness and a forever of never getting laid. Of like, sort of you're in this point in the relationship, the back and forth where he's kind of left and like, she's like, I thought you'd come back to me. And she's like, well, F you. I'm like, but also like, I don't want you to be with anyone else. But I will choose We Almost Broke Up Again last night. And then I'm going to choose Nobody's Son over Never Getting Laid. Sugar Talking we haven't talked about yet. Sugar Talking, okay. So this is one that really calls back to the Evolution and Singular Act era vibes-wise, sonic-wise. And it's just like, you know, your pretty words aren't going to do much for you tonight. I need actions. I need you to come over. Like, what are you doing? It's not my favorite on the album, and it's just purely due to the sonics. I know a lot of people love it, but it's not my favorite. All right. And then I don't think we've talked about Man Child, the lead single from the album. Listen, she was cute. She was fun. She's one of the songs of the summer, and she really captured, like, listen, Man Child, like Jeremiah Fisher, you are encapsulated in this song. I think I'm going to choose Couldn't Make It Any Harder over Man Child. Then we have 15 Minutes. So 15 Minutes specifically addresses the onslaught of new fame that she has. Of like, you know, all these people are coming on and they seem to only want their 15 minutes while also weaving in her innuendos there. And obviously Busy Woman and 15 Minutes I feel like are the breakout stars from the deluxe version of that track. I think I like 15 Minutes more than Busy Woman. I don't know if we've talked about Don't Smile. Don't Smile, it's my least favorite song on the album, and just because it's sonically is not my vibe. Like, but Don't Smile because it happened, Baby Cry because it's over. Her doing those turn of phrases of like, listen, like, why are you happy that we're over? Like, why are you happy that we're done? Situation. But I am going to choose Juno over that. Slim Pickens, her foray into the country vibe situation. Love it. It's so cute. It's so fun. I wonder if I can't remember what I originally rate. I don't know. I think I'm gonna choose Espresso. Bedcam. In the interview with Saint Lo, she said that Bedcam and Juno, I guess, were contenders for singles, but she's just like, I just didn't think I could make a music video good enough for them. And I'm like, but also you could have. Bedcam is so fun. It's so fun. And the performance live, mashing it up with Pony, so great. So Good Graces is not my favorite song on the album. But it really is the whole vibe of like, listen, and Please 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 and Good Graces, she told that man, don't fuck up or else you're gonna regret it. And then on the new album, he regretted it. Choose Taste here. Oh, is it New Year's Yet? Oh, Is It New Year's Yet is fun. It is fun. Do I like it more than Santa Doesn't Know You Like I Do? I think I prefer Santa. But I like it more than Sneeloo Hoo. Buy Me Presents. Buy Me Presents is so fun. It's so fun. But Nonsense Christmas has to win. I think I like that one more. Lonesome. Can't spell lonesome without me, babes. Listen. She was really on one when she wrote that. Like, Emos I Can't Sing, it has a lot of power, but it's filled with a lot of sadness. And Lonesome really encapsulates the very sad part of it, but I like Feather more. Decode, the original ending to the Emails I Can't Send Now, and like, there's nothing left to decode, like, our relationship's over, there's nothing left for me to think about or go over in this situation. And it's very good, like, ending to what Emails I Can't Send was. Like, I don't need to decode, like, the emails anymore. But Skinny Dipping is my preferred. Same for Bad for Business. Fast Times, one of the other singles from Emails I Can't Send. Sort of, like, encapsulating, like, life. You know, you need to keep going, you keep moving. Like, it's kind of encapsulating, like, I can't remember what she said about this, like, song of, like, sort of, like, capturing your youth in this situation. I prefer Nonsense, but I will say the Fast Times music video. Now, if you want to start talking about her dressing real flirty and fun for a video, that one was like, damn. Bet You Wanna before that. So How Many Things probably will be known forever as the Fork song. It's beautiful. And I love the vibe to it of like how many things are going to remind me of you that shouldn't. But I'm going to choose Because I Liked a Boy. Tornado Warnings. Tornado Warnings. I think we as a fandom have decided that Tornado Warnings is one of our favorites off the album. And the whole song of like, I'm ignoring the tornado warnings. It's funny. Tornado Warnings is about ignoring like red flags, and I feel like bad reviews is also, you know what? From one to the other. I like it. Okay. Emails I Can't Send. The song about her father. Her father who did some stupid shit. It's so good. It's a great way to open the album of like, men have screwed me over. And now I will forever be jaded, and I constantly choose bad men. But I'm going to choose Skin for this one. Honeymoon Fades. Honeymoon Fades. Why did I say not Honeymoon Fades? So Honeymoon Fades and Diamonds Are Forever. What was the Ariana Grande song I was thinking of? Honeymoon Avenue. Honeymoon Avenue. If you like that, you'll probably like Diamonds Are Forever and Honeymoon's Fades. It's very good. Like, I hope the honeymoon never fades, but looking at me, preferred. Then Honeymoon Fades. Exhale. Like, can I exhale for a minute? Like, I need a minute to breathe. Like, who put the baby in charge? Like, what am I doing? It's so beautiful, and I do like it more than Take Off All Your Cool. I Can't Stop Me versus I'm Fakin'. I think I'm going to choose I Can't Stop Me, let's face it. Then Diamonds Are Forever versus In My Bed. Like, I'm in my bed about it. Listen, the whole play of, like, In My Bed versus In My Head, it's so cute. I'm going to choose In My Bed. Like, Mona Lisa is also fun and cheeky. Like, don't hang, was it Hang On Me like Mona Lisa or something like that? I think it's fun, but Bad Time's still stuck in my head. But I'm going to choose Mona Lisa over Perfect. Sue Me, one of the first songs she ever, like, wrote, like, addressing the media. Of, like, the whole point of the song was that she was being sued. And so she's like, well, fuck it. I'm going to choose a song of, like, they're suing, like, this, like, 18, 19-year-old artist. And she's like, well, sue me for looking good, for doing good. I like Paris more. Almost Love. Whoo! She loads so good in this music video. Have I ever fully grasped the concept of it, even though she's explained it to us multiple times? No. But it's fun. And I'm going to choose it over All We Have Is Love. Shadows. Shadows. I love Shadows so much. Shadows and Feels Like Loneliness are some of my favorite, probably my favorite songs off of Evolution. And like, I Don't Mind Your Shadows. Like, if you want a song that really does the enemies to lovers, Run and Hide. I Don't Want to Run and Hide from Love. Love it. It's cute. Justice for Thumbs. Smoke Inside. Here's my problem. I love Feels Like Loneliness. And this one really showcases her vocals at such a young age. I love Smoke and Fire more. Best Thing I Got is so cute. Like, you're the best thing I got. Like, I love it. Darling, I'm a mess for you. I'm like doing my links. I think Darling, I'm a mess. Right Now, I'm trying to remember that one. I can't remember that much about it, so obviously I didn't have much of attachment to it. Will Be the Stars or Your Love's Like. Your Love's Like is very sweet. It's very cute, but I really like We Will Be the Stars. And Two Young Hearts more. Eyes Wide Open. The Middle of Starting Over was, I think, the second single she ever had. And in the middle of Starting Over, she's cute, she's sweet. Eyes Wide Open is my preferred single. And then Can't Blame a Girl for Trying, which is the middle of Starting Over. In terms of her first ever single she released, Can't Blame a Girl for Trying is in fact my favorite. And I will see y'all when we reach the 50% mark. So I know I said I was going to give you a 50 and 75% check-in, and then realized I didn't have much to say after 25%. So we're just going to do my top 20 Sabrina Carpenter songs now. I will end the video out by ranking her albums. I feel like it's going to be no spoiler to say that her last 3 albums have been amongst my top. But before that, her earliest work, Evolution, was one of my favorite albums. And I think you're about to see those opinions reflected here. I will also say there are probably a good amount of her singles sprinkled throughout here just because the girl knows how to make a single. So, in the 20th spot, we have Bet You Wanna from Emails I Can't Send. This is just a banger of a song. It's sexy, it's fun, it's a little cheeky of well, I bet you want me now that I'm out here doing my best and living my best life. And I feel like this song is a little slept on. Although I think Ashley from your internet, from Ash Reacts, really likes the song. So yeah. Next up, 19 from the debut album, we have Will Be the Stars. And then coincidentally, number 18 is Eyes Wide Open. These are my 2 favorite singles from the original debut album. They're so fun. They're so cute. They're such a nostalgic place in my heart for these songs. So I feel like I'm always going to hold them close to me no matter what, and that's why they're in my top 20. Then in 17th place are Short and Sweet Deluxe. Maybe some recency bias will be playing into some of these rankings with Man's Best Friend and the Short and Sweet Deluxe, but hey. 17 is 15 Minutes. I think this is in fact my favorite deluxe track from Short and Sweet. It's fun, it's cute, you can bop to it and move around. And I love a little commentary on the nature of fame and what fame and success looks like to Sabrina Carpenter now versus how people reacted to her beforehand. I feel like she touched on that with her recent Zane Lowe interview. And then number 16, we had to do it. It had to be here. Because I Liked a Boy. This song was the song that really dove into what it was like to experience this really shot to fame and notoriety for all the wrong reasons, and sort of how women no matter in what situation can get painted as the bad guy, and how she was painted that one. And it'll always be a banger to sing out and scream out loud. And the music video, truly amazing. This one really said, now during the Emails I Can't Send era, she really crafted the origins of her showgirl era. Not saying in singular there wasn't a little hint at that, but the showgirl aesthetic really popped out, and Because I Liked a Boy, I really gave that. Then 15, Nonsense. She's a worldwide phenomenon for a reason. She was so fun to listen to the first time around, and she's always going to be up there. And the fact that I never got to hear a Nonsense outro live will probably haunt me for the rest of my days. Number 14 is Coincidence. When I first listened to the album, I just didn't think that this song would stick with me as much as it did. But over time, just the fun, country, cheeky nature of the song really took over. And I feel like it's just a fun one to sing out loud. And I feel like it's just so cutesy, oh, what a surprise, your phone just died. That stays stuck in my head on repeat. Then number 13. Listen, the sexy songs really climb up in the Sabrina ranking. Bedcam. We needed a single for this song. We needed a music video, Sabrina, because the visuals you were giving us were so beautiful. The mashup with Pony on tour, on the festival run, love it. We love it. Number 12. We're finally seeing Man's Best Friend enter the conversation. It's funny how when I first listened to this song, I'm like, she's not a favorite, and then Tears. I don't know, maybe it's the music video, or maybe it's just like it's an earworm and it gets stuck with you the more you go. But like the theming of the song, the lyrics, the performance, everything is so beautiful, and it may just be recency bias, but she's so fun. Number 11, Feels Like Loneliness. Evolution. I told you Feels Like Loneliness and Shadows are some of my favorite, if not my favorite songs off of Evolution. And this song, I remember watching a video of her performing this and just being so captured by her vocals. It just, like, it sticks with me. And every time I go back to it, I'm just reminded of, like, she's been that girl since the beginning. Then on to our top 10. In 10th place is Smoke and Fire. This is by and far a nostalgic pick. I was so attached to this song when it was released. I love the music video. I love the song. I played it on repeat. So for it will always be one of my favorite Sabrina Carpenter songs, and it's there. In 9th place, another Man's Best Friend entrance, and that is Goodbye. I don't know. This was a way to end an album. Like, I was so enamored with it the first time I listened to it, and then it's just been on repeat over and over again. And I fear fuck you, ta-ta. Like, part of my French fuck you, ta-ta will forever be a line that is going to be stuck in my head. Sabrina Carpenter knows how to write lyrics that get stuck. Just get stuck in my head, and I can't get over them. Then number 8, Espresso. Is this a local answer? Maybe. But Espresso, that's that me espresso. That is. Like, she is that bitch. That is what it is. Then 7, Juno. Juno is just the shot of serotonin that we in fact need. It sucks that it didn't work out for her and Barry, but hey, it gave us a banger of a song. It gave us a banger of a song while she was there. But funnily enough, number 6 is House Tour. 2 of her probably arguably sexiest songs next to Bedcam. House Tour. I don't see it falling. The bridge of House Tour will forever be engraved in my head. Like, my house is on Pretty Girl Avenue. You don't know anything about me. I love Barbie, and the play on, like, Barbie's dream house has me in a chokehold. Number 5. I've said it. Shadows. Like, I Don't Mind Your Shadows. This song is slept on. I feel like her whole original, before she released Emails I Can't Send, all the songs before that are kind of slept on. Maybe not by the OG Carpenter fans, but like, come on. You need to listen to it. Go listen to Shadows. Go listen to Feels Like go listen to the Evolution album. It's great. Number 4, Taste. There is a reason it was one of my most played songs of last year. In fact, it was my most played according to Spotify. This song, the music video, everything, truly spectacular. And like the whole like petty nature of like, well, you're gonna have to taste me too, babes. You're gonna have to taste me too. Love it. All right, number 3, Looking at Me. I'm surprised I Can't Stop Me didn't make it into the top 20. But like I said, Looking at Me is one of my favorite Sabrina Carpenter songs. It's confidence, it's cheeky, it just is of like, I am that girl song, and it's great to dance to. I love that Emails I Can't Send is getting like its time in the sun, apparently on TikTok. Number 2 is Vicious. The bridge of Vicious will be forever one of the best things I've ever heard, and I don't know what else to say about that. So, the number 1, I kind of, as I was going throughout, I'm like, this is kind of where it's going. Tornado Warnings. I may not have listened to it too much recently because we've been inundated with all this new Sabrina Carpenter music, but Tornado Warnings is just one of the best songs I've ever heard. Of like, the bridge and the chorus, like the chorus itself just captures me. And like, we're sitting in a park, like ignoring tornado warnings. The whole concept is so beautiful. And I feel like this is the song that like, she still plays it on tour and at festivals as far as I know. And I know she loves the song. She has to. I know fans love the song, and I'm no different. And those are my top 20 Sabrina Carpenter songs. You'll probably see on the screen how I shook out my Sabrina Carpenter album ranking to my singular era fans. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They are near the bottom. But I know for a fact, actually, the first album will be at the bottom because I don't listen to it that much. So, All right. Let me know what your favorite Sabrina Carpenter songs are. What are your favorite albums from her? And I will see y'all in the next one, which should hopefully finally be the Ariana Grande one that I promised y'all.